Welcome back, everyone. It's 20 minutes before the hour. Joining us this morning, Kate Feather and Carrie Sherry. Thank you for joining us this morning, ladies. Kate, we're going to start with you, okay? Because we've been hearing a lot about this mummy tummy thing. We've been talking about it throughout the morning. Now, Kate, it's something that I guess when it comes to ladies, we feel a little self-conscious about the little pouch we get. Could you, I forgot to warn you about this, but could you explain to us a little bit, why does this happen to us? Why?
Well, it happens because if you're pregnant, you have that stretching as the baby's growing, and it stretches the muscles in the abdomen.
Okay, but you say not to despair. There is a way to help this by doing some different therapies. Now, when's a good time for a woman to decide if she wants to take this therapy? I mean, should it be done right after the baby, wait a year or two? How do you decide?
It's really just a matter of when you find out. Okay. It's appropriate to start working on the abdominal muscles pretty soon after you have a baby. But some people don't find out that they have this separation until much later, sometimes for a secondary reason like back pain, but hopefully you would know if you have it sooner.
So in other words, it's something that it might not necessarily be a visual impact that you'll see, but you'll know it in other ways.
Yes.
Interesting, very interesting. Now, I also wonder about a woman who might have had a C-section. Is it safe to be doing abdominal exercises if you've had a C-section?
It's appropriate for a woman who's had a C-section. Okay. The difference is, though, you want to make sure that incision is healed and they've been approved by their physician to start doing abdominal exercise. But they would have the same mechanism for causing that separation, which is the growing baby inside.
Okay, so it does, you just have to double check ahead of time with your doctor before you jump into it. Now, Carrie, you have been doing the Mummy Tummy program. First off, how have you felt about it so far? You've been doing it since January, you told me. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's really great. I noticed after about 2 weeks of wearing a brace and doing the exercises that Kate gave me, that I noticed noticeable difference. And I had a pretty big separation, and Kate also showed me how to find that separation and how big it is, and then learn the exercises to help and the exercises not to do.
So you said that this has been relatively quick for you. I mean, just 2 weeks and you're already seeing some difference?
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yeah. And then it just, I did learn that there's muscle memory, those muscles. So pushing them back together is what you're doing, and through the exercises and a brace. And by doing that, then they do stay. They stay in place.
Okay, come on, Carrie. Now this is real talk here. Everybody knows there are some exercises that is like, oh, this is great, I love it, and then there's others you just dread doing. What ones do you like? Which ones do you not like?
Well, the ones that I didn't prefer would be the ones that it didn't seem like you're doing anything.
Really?
Because there are a lot of ones where you are doing exercises, but a lot of it is even maybe like isometric holding, where it's not like it's not like a sit-up or a crunch or something where you're like, yeah, I'm working hard. You're not working really hard, so it does take some getting used to know that they're doing something. So those would be the ones that I didn't prefer. And then as I went through the program and got more advanced exercises, some of those worked a little on balance, and I didn't really realize that that was all part of the program. But those ones have been really nice because you don't always realize that you don't have really good balance. But so those are more measurable, where your balance gets better. And
interesting. I didn't think about that, like the isometrics and the cores and stuff like that. I didn't even see. That's why I've got you here to fill us in on what's happening. Now, Kate, you were telling me that there are a wealth of different resources out there if ladies want to do a little research on this.
Yeah, there are definitely different books that you can reference. One that I loaned Carrie while she was getting rehab was called The Mummy Tummy. So pretty simple, and actually I also have one in my office that's written by a physical therapist that's called Mommy and Me Pilates.
Okay.
So there are different resources for how to restore that strength after you have a baby.
Interesting. Kate, if folks wanted to find out a little bit more, how could they contact you to get some details on this?
Usually, to go to a physical therapist, you need a referral from a physician. We also do free injury screens. So they could just contact their physician and say, you know, I'm wondering if I'm having this, and I'm sure they could check or send a referral to me, and I could check, and then from there you can initiate the treatment process.
Wonderful. Ladies, I want to thank you so much for joining us and letting us know that it's not just something that, you know, it's in your head. It's a real thing, and it's got probably a relatively easy way of taking care of it with some good therapy out there. Thank you again for joining us. And it's 45 past. Your TV6 morning show is going to be right back.